Oh yeah. Ooh yeah. Y'all ready? It's another episode of Bitcoin and Crypto Rant and Ramble with your boy Big Rob back in my house. Hola! Man, it is a beautiful day. Springtime is here. You know, I feel like it's not only just springtime in the weather aspect and our global phenomenon, but I feel like it's also springtime in crypto. Am I the only one that's feeling this? You know, we went through the dead of winter, right? The big collapse of FTX. And now things are starting to bloom. The markets are starting to pop up. We know that summertime and full growth is on the way. Things are sprouting. Is it not very reminiscent of spring? So I'm excited, man. Feeling good. I'm planting in my garden outside. If you want to know what I got out there, I got my little herb garden, got some lemons, all kinds of cool stuff. But you know, garden's looking good, portfolio's looking good, my outlook in life is looking good, man. I'm excited. It is Sunday, my favorite day of the week. And you might ask, why is it your favorite day of the week, Rob? Well, if you know anything about me, you know that my favorite day of the week is Sunday because, hey, I get to take a look at the weeks, take a look at what happened over the week, judge my performance, judge what I've done, look at how the world's played out, and then plan accordingly for the following week. Now, tomorrow being my favorite day. No, Sunday's my favorite day. But Monday, equally as excited. And you know what? It's going to shape up to be a good week. I'm telling you, I feel like we got a lot of fun this week. And we're going to kind of go over, but remember, Coinbase, Wells noticed, Dokong got arrested. You had the CFTC saying Binance was a scam. They were suing them. XRP prices were mooning. And curious to see where we go. And then, if you are new here, say hello so we can drop an hola back at you. And then also, I'm going to give a little shout out to everybody here. So I'm going to do a little roll call. Please drop your questions. Let me know how y'all are feeling in the chat. Let me know if there's something you want to talk about. Let me know if there's something about Big Rob that you don't know and you want to know more about. And I'll be glad to talk about those. Now, all right, let's see here. Where's my I got some cool sound effects here. Anyways, how is everybody doing today? Good? All good? Put a 1 in the chat if you're excited. Put a 1 in the chat if you're excited. And then also, let me get some Olas as well. Now, real quick, I'm gonna give a little love to the chat here. I see Crypto 420 says he's welcome to the whale member. I think you were already a whale member before, but either way, welcome back. Pretty sure you were a whale member already, but anyways, maybe it's just a technicality with the chat. Now, we got Fino first up in the chat. Also, Chris Crypto, In My Hero, Knoxville, Gelatin, Crypto Hands, Pong, Crypto on the Run, Kiwi, Jessica, Sucre, Crypto Pitbull, Mangy. We also have Leroy, Aaron, Brian, Tony C, Chris S, Abominable Bearded Man, Spaghetti Rigetti, Eric Ward, Mark, or Mr. Young Fargo, Matt Richardson, and also Luke. And who else is up in here? Aaron and BC Alf. I got a lot of ones in here. Okay, y'all are vibing. If it's the first time checking us out, we like to jam out with some music. Like to play some. It's a chill vibes on Sunday. Lots of music, kind of talking through. Honestly, we don't talk too much crypto. I'm gonna hit on crypto in the first half, and then in the second half of this, probably gonna talk about more personal growth, getting your mindset in the right place. Because everything's interconnected. If you are miserable with your life and productivity is low and living paycheck to paycheck, going to be all that much more difficult for you to have success in the crypto space, in finance in general. All these things are interconnected. So just some of my personal thoughts, some of the things that have helped me get to where I'm at, some of the things that I've leveraged and learned. I'm no expert in the field of motivational speeches, but I am 39 and was extremely irresponsible and lazy and stupid in my early days. And I've righted my ship, or at least I've significantly improved my situation. And so I'd like to talk about where I've been at, where I am now, and the things that helped me get there. And if you want to join in on that conversation, I'd be glad to have you partake. I'd be glad to hear your thoughts, and maybe it'll spark motivation in one of you guys. I don't know. Either way, I was actually talking to one of the community members about this, and I was like, it's actually pretty therapeutic for me. I feel like discussing my process is almost a benefit to me. It's I get to discuss where I'm at. It holds me accountable, and in discussion comes practice. I put into work what I preach, and in talking about it, makes it a little bit more. It makes it a little bit more normal, right? It actually holds me accountable. If I'm going to sit here and have a Sunday live stream and talk about all the things that we should be doing, things to think about, and I don't fulfill my own, if I don't accomplish that on my own time, then I'm just preaching something I don't practice, and I'm not that kind of person. So it holds me accountable. And then, all right, let's. I want to see how live you guys are in the chat. So let's. I'm gonna start this off real quick. Let's get Ola's in the chat. So before I get this going, I'm just trying to get a good. I'm trying to get a good community vibe here. I want everybody to be having a good time. We got 45 likes. I'd like to get this up over to at least 70. We got 78 people in here. So we got 80 people now. So I want to get this thing bumping, and YouTube will push this live stream out with the more active a chat is. So I'm going to lead off the charge. I put Ola in the chat. Let me get 80 Olas in here. And we got Kelly Kellum up in here. I think this is his first Sunday Rant and Ramble. I've seen him here. So welcome, brother. And if it's not, welcome back. Kelly, just to let you know what we do here, this is more of a inner spiritual kind of self-motivation. Build yourself up from the inside, from deep inside, and then perhaps that'll transfer over to your crypto portfolio. That's the thought process, at least. All right, and then and one last shout out to some of our new people. We got Rick Rada, we got Commodore Crunk, Benton, Ben P, and Mike as well. And if you're new here, say hello so I can drop an hola back at you. Alex Tronos as well. And then to all of you that are new, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. All right, so before I get too far into kind of the motivational stuff, we're going to start talking about what happened over the week. So if we're going to talk about Sunday should be a day of reflection on what happened over the week in your own personal life and your own accomplishments, we should also take a look at what happened in the week of crypto. So I'm going to start doing this on Sundays as well. So taking a look, just a quick glance at where crypto is right now, or at least the price of Bitcoin and other assets. We have Bitcoin coming in at $28,137, a little lower than it was earlier in the week. So I was expecting us to be flirting with the 30K mark over the weekend, especially with you had end of the week, end of the month, end of the quarter all expiring, but it didn't quite shape up to any giant moves. But hey, you know what? If you zoom out, you take a look at the 1 month, you can see that we were at 22,000 a month ago. We were even dipped underneath 20,000 earlier, less than a month ago. So about 3 weeks ago. So just think about where we're at. We were under 20,000 3 weeks ago, and we're at 28,000 now. So has some very healthy growth as of lately. And then on the 3-month, you can see this is the beginning of the year, basically 16K. So big returns. I think crypto's up, is it like 70%? I think it was. I don't remember the exact numbers, but on the quarter, 70%. I think I saw a chart on there. Either way, 16K up to 28. So nice healthy growth this year. You know what? Let's also, if we're going to evaluate the week, let's also evaluate where the quarter went. And so this last 3 months, remember last year, it was nothing but red quarters. We had 4 red quarters, right? So if you look on the 3-month, every 3 months we were lower than we were the quarter before. And you know, it was a rough year. I mean, it was packed full of FUD and realistic FUD and fake FUD, and we had the collapse of FTX and all of that. Celsius. No need to list all of these companies that went under, but you know, we got bruised and beat up pretty badly. And anybody that was in the crypto space, I don't care who you were, at some point you had to question. You had to question the validity of the crypto space. Maybe you were still, you know, I know a lot of us didn't sway at all from our belief in Bitcoin, but outside of Bitcoin, you had to question what was going on in crypto, right? If this thing was even sustainable, if the business, if the model itself was broken, if there was too much manipulation, if there was too many outside factors, if this market would just simply grow up to be a replica of the would this be a replica of the financial markets that we have now? Because we're supposed to break out and be something different and better, right? But it hasn't been that. It's been the same, just on repeat. People manipulating the markets, taking advantage of people, going under, using other people's funds, frauds, scams. I think we will mature though. I think with the addition of regulation, if at some point in time Congress can pass some kind of bills or laws that can help our space move forward, and perhaps if the SEC could put down some real guidelines instead of just threatening to sue people and actually suing people, I think that's the only thing that's really missing, man. I really do. And a little time. People underestimate the importance of time in the market, especially after these giant events. So think about these giant collapses. Think about the narrative behind COVID, right? During the thick of it, when it first came out, and right when we had the shutdowns and right when we reopened, everyone was just very hesitant and scared, and they blamed the government. And then after time passes, it becomes less and less daunting, or less and less of a factor. You can move on with your life. If you're starting a business, maybe right after COVID, you're like, hey, I don't know if we're going to go back into lockdowns again. I don't know if all of a sudden the masks are going to come back. Now that we move far enough away, you could be comfortable saying that, hey, I can start a business now without the fear of COVID restrictions coming back. Same as here in crypto, right? In all these big macro events, and there was a lot of fear, a lot of FUD, a lot of just negative perception in the crypto space when it came to coming off of what happened last year. And so what happened last year with all of the collapse, with all of the people going to jail, all the Bitcoin and crypto just getting stolen basically by these CeFi companies. And now that this is further in the past, I think that companies can start to move forward, maybe not so fearful. And I think that's why we're starting to get the rally we are. We had the big pullback last year, whole year of pullback. Now it's springtime. We're starting to build a little bit. So very excited for that. And then we got Janet Cruz up in here as well. Brad G. Janet says loves the show. Also Captain 23 and Wick is here. And then Juan Luis Alamonte is here as well. So, all right, what else we got? Now, to take a look at what happened over the last week, just to kind of give a little overview, and then we'll put these articles to bed until they resurface, apparently. All right, so the biggest article, or one of the biggest headlines for the week, was Binance getting sued by the CFTC, which is kind of surprising because the CFTC has been more on the side of crypto. They've been a little bit more progressive on regulating crypto, or trying to get regulation for crypto, trying to identify what is essentially a commodity versus a security, in discussions with Congress with the need for more funding and the benefits of regulating the industry, and that it's not going anywhere. And it's a stark contrast to what we've seen out of the SEC with the basically ruling by enforcement. Anyways, won't go too far into this, but I highlighted a couple of things to talk about. So the CFTC sued Binance and CZ with willful evasion of U.S. law while engaging in a calculated strategy of regulatory arbitrage to their commercial benefit. And so when they say regulatory arbitrage, they apparently had, from what the CFTC said, was over 300 accounts that were owned and operated by Binance that was manipulating the markets. So you can only imagine what they're taking was their accounts and manipulating the prices, more than likely to liquidate certain positions for people that are leverage trading. Not to mention, you have other opportunities other than leverage trading. Now, upon initial review, the complaint appears to contain an incomplete facts, and then we do not agree with the characterization of many issues alleged in the complaint. So what they're saying is, CZ is saying, and Binance came out and said this is all bogus, and Binance's compliance program has been ineffective, and the firm under the direction of CZ told employees and customers to circumvent compliance controls. So this is all. So the CFTC is saying that they're instructed to evade compliance and to not participate in the KYC for people that want to use Binance. This is not a discussion of Binance.us, which does properly KYC their customers. But there's a lot of American residents or people here within the confines of America that are using VPNs to transact and trade on Binance's global platform. Now, Binance has made significant investments to ensure that the U.S. users on his does not have U.S. users on his platform, and that's like half of this. Half of this lawsuit is in regards to trading and manipulation and these fake accounts. The other half of this is about evading U.S. regulations, and as we mentioned, a lot of that comes down from KYC. And the CFTC chairman said that Binance executives knew for years they were violating CFTC rules. I probably agree with this. I think the CFTC is not coming out with any bogus allegations. I think that Binance, the number one economy in the world is in the U.S. So there's a ton of potential customers and money floating around in the U.S. So, not surprised. It wouldn't surprise me if they were knowingly trying to onboard customers by incentivizing them to use VPNs. And then, what else? That's all I got for that one. Also, we had Do Kwon got arrested, and then Do Kwon got arrested. And Montenegro also, he had 8 counts of indictment against them. This is made public by the U.S. District Court. They're trying to extradite him to South Korea and to the U.S. He was in Montenegro with a fake passport. So either way, he's going to see some jail time either in Montenegro, in South Korea, or in the U.S., or maybe perhaps a combination of the 2 or 3. So I'm kind of curious on how that'll come out. The counts or the counts that he has against him are securities fraud, wires fraud, commodity fraud, and conspiracy to commit fraud as well. And then the Montenegro said they detained a person thought to be Do Kwon and a second suspect who were about to board a flight to Dubai. So he was on his way out to Dubai with his fake passports when he got arrested. The person suspected of being one of the most wanted fugitives in South Korea, and they go through. He's behind the $40 million loss or $40 billion loss. Which, remember, a lot of people are mad at Do Kwon because they feel like he's the one that's behind this whole damn thing. You know, the whole red 2022, essentially what kicked it all off was a crash of the Terra Luna stable coin. You know what? I think the markets were over leveraged regardless. People were greedy. It was due for a pullback anyways. But definitely how much money was leveraged up into the stable coin that collapsed, so the Terra Luna USD. So all right, and then lastly, this last week we saw a lot of price action with XRP as it surged up 20%. We went from, I think with XRP we had went all the way up from, was it 33 cents? I think it was. I think it might have been more than a week, but anyways, yeah, 36 cents all the way up. It got as high as 56 cents, sitting around at 53. So this is in anticipation for a resolution to the court case. And so there's a lot of whispers about that. And, I don't know. I haven't seen any concrete evidence. Now, I haven't been following the court case too closely, but supposedly, hey, man, this could be the short-term catalyst to, perhaps 35 or 40K. Could open the door for less. It could open the door for more companies to feel a little more secure on beating an SEC court case. Because if XRP does win the court case, you could say that, hey, man, they're not going to bring another similar case out. So in regards to an ICO where you offer your tokens at a pre-sale or a pre-launch, and that's essentially what Ripple Labs is getting sued for. If they beat this case, then anyone else in the similar position knows that they're not going to go through the exact same court case or a similar one, because they're probably going to have a similar outcome. Especially lawyers can always use this court case as precedence. So, nothing but positive if we can get the a win for Ripple here. And I think if we do get the win, man, this market's going to pump. I'm curious. What do you guys think XRP price will get to if they win the court case? I want to know. And let's do this. One in the chat. One if over $2. And then put a 2 if it's under $2. And then I'm curious to see what you guys think. Okay, so I put that and I'm going to pin it to the top. All right, so I want to know what you guys think. 1, if it's going to be over $2. 2, if it's under $2, if they win the court case. That's going to be a 4x from where we're at. We got... let's see here. A lot of ones. We got a couple 2s. All right. So In My Hero and Cash, First Eye Vision, Brad, Young Fargo, they all got 1s in here. We do got a couple 2s. Matthew Barnes and Crypto Surfer, Geronimo. I think $2 is probably an interesting number. I think if it does get over $2, I think it will get over $2 if they win the court case. However, I think it'll pull back under $2. So see a situation where maybe it goes $2.85, $3 maybe, and then over a month or two later, it'll probably pull back down to $1.90 or something like that. Remember, at over $2, that would put. Let's see here. I'm gonna take a look. That over $2, that'll 4x the market cap So that would put, hear me out, that would put XRP at $100 billion. And that would be squarely at number 3 on the coin market cap list. So I think it's possible. And then that'll be half of Ethereum. Remember, in 2018, there was a brief period where, or 2017 was a brief period where XRP was actually had more market cap than Ethereum. So put that in perspective. It was short-lived, but. And feeling good today, man. You guys enjoying? I love a little music on a Sunday. Makes me feel good, man. Son's on spring break as well. All right. So some other happenings last week. We can't forget Elizabeth Warren saying she was going to build her anti-crypto army, which we are actually currently building our pro-crypto army here. And so we'll see you in November of 2024 when we have the Senate elections, or just the overall elections, which we decided. There is a couple things though that has happened over the weekend. This one is an announcement by the El Salvador president. He signs a bill eliminating taxes on income, property, and capital gains, all in the technology sector. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to embrace technology, both in fintech and in just general, technological infrastructure. And so, I'm curious to see how this goes forward, because the Bitcoin experiment, or the transition over to Bitcoin being public tender or legal tender, has went over pretty well, from at least from what the naysayers have said. But here's an interesting development. I didn't see any articles on this, so I can't follow this up with any publicized information from many news channels. But I just kind of got wind of this, so we'll dig into this and talk more about it on Monday. But this is an interesting topic of conversation here. We have the Arbitrum governance token. And so here, I'm just going to kind of go over this little thread here. So you got this Duo9 saying that, look at Arbitrum's governance token. It's just marketing language. The proposal failed to pass, and the devs decided to ignore it, and they've begun selling 750 million Arbitrum tokens on Binance ever since. Classic money grab. So here is a tweet by Eden. And so Arbitrum's foundation made a proposal, AIP1. So this is their first proposal, AIP1, to allocate 750 million Arbitrum tokens for admin and operational costs. So they're trying to sell 750 million Arbitrum tokens. Real quick, to put that in perspective, let's take a look at the Arbitrum token. And for that, here it is. So 750 million Arbitrum tokens. So each token is worth $1.20. So if we were going to take our calculator out here, where's my calculator? So at $1.20 here, let's take a look. 120 times 750 million. That's $900 million of Arbitrum token, at least at current market valuation. Okay, their market cap is 1.5 billion. So what they're trying to do, supposedly, and like I said, none of this has been, I haven't fact checked any of this, but I'm just, and I did a little digging into it. It seems like this is a real article. It seems like this is a real topic. It seems like this is actually happening. But like I said, we'll come back. We'll circle back around on Monday. But so So they're trying to take 750 million tokens, and they're trying to sell those for operation and admin costs. Now they said the vote was just a formality, and they've already spent 50 million of the proposed 750 million. Your vote is not a vote. And so here is a initial token allocation and airdrop distribution. This is their own personal wallets, I guess. And so the term of greedy is the team got greedy with 10 billion Arbitrum tokens and 90% of it being held within the DAO teams and friends. And so then going a little further down into this thread, they're saying that the situation in Arbitrum Discord has gotten so bad that a bot has intervened once every minute. And so this is Arbitrum's, I guess, their admin account on the Discord. So there's a very lively discussion on the Arbitrum governance forums regarding AIP1. Decentralized governance is working as intended. We are all one community. A fierce public discourse will yield the best outcomes. There have been several requests for clarity from the Arbitrum Foundation regarding the ratification process, and here is a long response from the Foundation adding additional context. So, what do you guys think? You have Arbitrum that just airdropped a week ago. Their first proposal was to unlock 750 million of their own tokens to allocate capital for admin and operational costs. And this is over 50% of the circulating market cap. Now remember, money doesn't come out of thin air, man. And so the money that gets sold here, this is the reason I have an issue when it comes to airdrops, is because this is money that's in the crypto ecosystem. So whatever dollars that go into the exchanges, whatever dollars are in the crypto ecosystem, when you get airdropped something and then you sell it, you're removing those dollars. Now, it came from somewhere else. Maybe it came from some other projects that were lesser known. Maybe it was just a fraction from every single crypto project. But you're essentially not removing money that just all of a sudden got created. It's a dilution. So think of the crypto market as we do the U.S. market. So the U.S. has dollars everywhere, right? The U.S. has every country's holding dollars essentially, right? Every country's holding U.S. bonds and treasury bonds. And so when the U.S. decides to print, there is recourse to it. You're taking money or value out of the system by paying other people back, right? And so if you decide to give $1 trillion to the bank, that's off of the backs of somebody else. And so if a crypto project decides to airdrop $1.5 billion of tokens, and then the team decides to sell 900, we could say they're not even going to dump all of them. We could say they did a quarter of them. Let's say that. So say they go to sell $200 million of the token. They're going to be removing that liquidity from the crypto markets, and it's coming out of other projects like your Ethereum, like your Bitcoin, like your Cardano, like your ApeCoin, Algorand. These are all projects that are paying for someone else's greed. Now, it might not be as self-evident as, hey, you can track and trace every dollar, but this is all circulating. So if somebody pulls out $1 billion in money, that's $1 billion that left the crypto ecosystem. So somebody could buy some Lambos and other things as well. So that's why I have an issue with all of this going on. So, anyways, I'm going to take a quick look here. We do have a few new people in the chat. We have I Am George, which is probably not actually George, but okay, we're all George, I guess. And then if you're new here, say hello so we can jump a whole lot back at you. We got Crypto Billy up in here as well. And we got David, my co-host, in here. So welcome, my dude. And then what else we got? Lastly, to cover OPEC. So this is on the global scale. So OPEC alliance announces surprise output cuts from May to the year end. And so we did see a little relief in gas prices as of lately, but Saudi Arabia and other OPEC oil producers Sunday announced that they're going to be cutting 1.15 million barrels a day in a surprise move that is said to aim supporting the markets that have been quite stable as of lately, at least in contrast to where we were in the beginning of the year. So, yeah, man, it's I think a lot of this geopolitics is just it's progressing. You know, remember there is still a conflict going on with Ukraine and Russia. We have lots of nations trying to flee and exit the dollar, and a lot of this is happening at the forefront of this is in the Middle East, especially with Saudi Arabia when it comes to pricing oil commodities in dollars. So we also got Destroyer up in here. What's up, man? And Anthony Johnson as well. Hola! All right. So I'm going to get into our second half of this stream, which is a look into our personal lives and kind of my personal growth and how I got here. And remember, crypto, finance, this is all intertwined, right? This is all you can't have success in one part of your life and have everything else be an absolute nightmare. And if you do have certain successes and everything else is a disaster in your life, the successes that you have are undermined from where they probably could be. And so if you are a badass at work and you're making a good salary and you have a really cool position, for example, you could be that much more efficient, that much more productive, that much more successful, making that much more money if you kind of had everything else in order. And not to mention, we kind of want to remove the chaos in our lives, right? I mean, nobody wants chaos. Now, nobody's gonna live a perfect life. Nobody's gonna have no one out here has that Instagram life where everything is great. They're just eating in amazing restaurants. They have a perfect family and no stress. Like that's not real. That image has been fabricated and laid on us as though it was the norm for certain parts of society. And then if you don't have that or you're not achieving that, you're supposed to be a loser, right? And so I never really believe. I try to stay away from social media as much as possible. I do have to be on here in social media for the growth of our channel. There is value there. There's a lot of breaking news, but I try to shut out the noise that is the typical social media BS, right? Look at me, look how flashy I am, and all that jazz. So, I wanna talk about the today's subject matter is goals, right? And we've kind of talked about this before. We talked about setting a goal, finding a goal, and working towards it. But I think I want to expand on this topic, and I want to expand on this conversation because of how important it is. Because if you without aim, without a target, without a goal, you're just kind of aimlessly wandering around without a purpose. You can seem lost, and so sometimes you just got to figure out. You just got to point in a certain direction, right? You're just walking around in circles in the forest, and you're never gonna get out of there, right? So if you're lost in a forest, at some point, the best idea is to take a generalized thought, like, all right, what would I think would be the way out of here, right? And you pick a direction, and then you keep going there, right? And if it ain't the right, at least that's better than to just keep going around in circles and not going anywhere. So at some point, you're going to run into a river, a stream, a road, but you're not going to get there unless you make significant progress away from the point that you're at. And so life is pretty similar to that. And you're going to walk around aimlessly until you find a goal. I think a lot of people's goal, a lot of people don't strive to achieve their goal or find a purpose because they don't have one, right? Or at least they say they don't. And these don't come easy, or the perception of what you should be doing in life doesn't come easy. It's hard to figure it out. Like you ask somebody that's 25 years old, what do you want to do in life? And I'm sure they'll say, they'll rattle off a couple things, but it's hard to find somebody young in life that is just endowed with like, oh my God, this is what I want to do. Now, when you're younger, at a certain age, there are in these kid-like mentalities where you're like, hey, I want to be a hip hop dancer. I want to be a rap artist, or I want to be an astronaut, or I want to be a teacher, or whatever that is. And that kid's mentality, that conversation you have with a kid that says they want to do something, that's what their passion is. That's what they enjoy talking about. That's what they enjoy doing. You ask somebody that has just started playing basketball and they absolutely love it, they want to play in the NBA. It's because they're just radiating this enthusiasm for that. And if you can find what you're extremely enthusiastic about in life, I think that is what you should chase. And so at the end of the day, it's what inspires you. What is it that you're really excited about? And so, okay, so that's kind of what our topic is today. And feel free to put in the chat what you guys think about the topic. If there's anything you want to share, and and then we'll kind of talk about it. We'll start here. Mighty Mag says, I'm 33 years old and I still do not know what I want to do in my life. So first of all, you're 33 years young, right? And I've had this conversation with several people, because I feel like personally, I feel like I found my purpose. Now, not to say that my purpose and my goals don't change, because these are always shifting, right? And you never set off to your goal and not make any turns on the way. I got into the streaming here with cryptos because I got into streaming video games. And then I realized that it was something I was passionate about. It's something I wanted to do. I was just a little off the mark, right? I was a little... those are things that I was passionate about. I was passionate about video games. I'm passionate about technology and streaming and setup and technology. And I just needed I needed to head that direction, and then just make a couple adjustments. And so at the end of the day, you're just trying to find out what really excites you, what you're truly passionate about. 33 years old. I mean, I'm 39. And so I didn't start this journey till I was about 37. So a few years after you. But I was having a conversation with someone, and they were like, hey, I was like, what do you plan on doing? They're 30 years old, right? Or, like 31. It was my buddy. And she was saying, she's like, I didn't go to, I'm like, what do you plan on doing after the restaurant? Or, what's your game plan? She was like, well, I didn't go to school, so, I'm not really sure. Basically, she's saying she has no plans. And right now, she's still working at the restaurant, 31 years old, and going to probably be doing that for the foreseeable future. Who knows? 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 25 years. Without action, that's where you're going to be at for the rest of your life. And if you're in a profession that you don't absolutely enjoy doing, if there's something that you're not getting fulfillment and purpose out of, then perhaps it's time to move, man. Because at the end of the day, we're destined for more. Okay, so There's a couple things. Just think of this, man. We are not here on this planet. We are not here to clock in and clock out and be miserable. Now, there's certain jobs that people enjoy doing that brings them fulfillment. They're happy doing it. We can go back to a teacher. Perhaps teachers don't make an amazing salary, but perhaps that's wildly fulfilling for that person, and they have a purpose, and they get to teach people and get to be around young people, and they get to educate and get to change the world through individual one by one. That could be fulfilling for somebody else, or for someone else, it could be like, man, I am tired of being a teacher. I'm underpaid, underappreciated. I dread coming into work. That shouldn't be you. Go find your passion. Find what it truly excites you. And if you don't know what it is, start by what you enjoy doing and see how you can make money doing it. Right? And think about it this way. What do you like to watch videos on? What do you like to read about? What do you like to do on your free time? What takes little effort to do for hours? That should be something you should be trying to do professionally, or as a career, or just as a master trade in your own personal hobbies, or your secondary career, or whatever it is. And if you're having troubles finding out what that is, just start with what makes you happy. Start there. And a lot of people's problems is that, hey, I make X amount of money, I got a good job. Stop it with that, man. You gotta take risk. Otherwise you're never gonna get anywhere. So what do I say when you gotta take risk? Okay, so you're stuck in a job. Maybe it's not the job, not your dream job, not the dream career you wanted, but you make good money, or you have health care, you got benefits, or whatever it is, 401k. And you can either stay there for 10 years or 20 years making a good salary, or you can take some risk. You can say, hey, I'm going to leave this position and take an entry level position somewhere else. And it's going to pay less. I'm going to make less money. I'm going to be in an uncertain spot. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pay my bills. That's the reality of changing careers. That's the reality of yellowing into something else, is that there's going to be some hard times. Like if you want to be, let's just say you want to go from being a lawyer and your family are all lawyers and you're making good money as a legal counsel, whatever it is, or maybe you went to college for it, you're still paying back loans, and you're like, you know what? I wanna run a taco truck. Like that is what I want to do. I want to do that so bad. Like you're gonna lose so much money. Like, right? You're gonna be so underwater. You're gonna have your college to pay back. You're gonna go from making 6-figure salary to probably making, scraping up hundreds of dollars. But at the end of the day, you gotta sacrifice. I mean, how bad do you want it, right? Because I had a friend, like, he was making good money. He wanted to start a truck, a food truck. I haven't reached out to him in a while, but he got it done. But that was his passion. And sometimes he had a big house. He sold his house. He got in something smaller. And now he's, him and his wife, they run this food truck, and they're happy, right? Or at least I would hope they're happy. At least they tried. At least they don't keep working the same job, making that comfortable salary that gives them the house that they deem as a nice house, their $2,000 to $3,000 mortgage. They have enough to pay that, and they still live paycheck to paycheck. Or you can sell the house, take the profits, pay off some of the student loans you have, take what's left, invest it in your taco truck, and then from there, get a cheaper apartment, live in a subpar area that perhaps isn't as glorified as other people. Don't invite friends over to your house because you're not trying to have dinner parties and impress people, and just get to damn work. That's the sacrifices you have to take. Those are the risks you have to take. And what other risks are there? There's the uncertainty of knowing if uncertainty of knowing what's going to happen, uncertainty of knowing if you're going to make enough money. There's uncertainty of knowing if what people are going to judge against you. There's uncertainty in life. But the thing is, if you don't take a step off of that cliff, you're going to live this boring ass life, man. And these years, they creep up fast, man. These days and years, they go by so quick. Next thing you know, you're 40. Next thing you know, you're 45. And even if you are 40 or 45, like, it's not too late. You're probably going to live to what, 70, 80? You got another 30 years left. You don't remember the first 10 years of your life, right? Give me a memory between 1 and 10. You might have 1 or 2. So most of your knowledgeable life is from 10 on. So if you're 33 years old, like my buddy said here, I mean, you've lived 23 years, right? So you have 23 cognitive years that you have in your experience, right? And so if you're going to live to 70, if you say you live to 80 years old, say the last 10 years you're winding down, whatever, your cognitive thinking is similar to that of when you were a kid. And so let's just say your cognitive life is up till 60, right? Or no, till 70, till 70. So from 33 to 70, you got another 27 years, right? No. Hold on, 33. So yeah, you got another 37 years. You have 37 years. So you've lived 23 years of your life. You can remember 23 years of your life. You've had 23 years of experience. Before that, you were a baby, you don't remember anything. And so from 33 to 70, you got another 37 years to get some shit done, right? You got another 37 years to build something. And what you can build in just, in just 1 year will blow your mind if you become hyper productive. Like, if you become ultra productive, you hold yourself accountable, and you just build, man. That's it. So just to kind of circle back, right? We got identify a goal. You can't figure out a big goal. Pick something small, man. Knock some little things out. You got a gambling problem, or a drinking problem, or a smoking problem, or a weight problem, or a workout problem. Chip at it. Knock something out, man. Go to the gym once a week. Smoke. Have a no smoke Sunday. Don't drink Monday through Wednesday. I don't know, but just start chipping at it. Put some kind of short-term goals. Try to find something that really passions you in the long term. Things will clarify as you start becoming more productive. Identify your purpose. Because I'm telling you, I would hate to die and never do the thing I was born to do. Think about that. I would hate to die and never do the thing I was born to do, because we're all born to do something. Now, we're all pre-wired to do something great, right? It's inside of you. What is it that excites you? What can you do for hours without mental fatigue? What are you excited to talk about? Watch videos about? Tell your friends and family about? Like, that's your passion. It bleeds out of you. It radiates from you. That's your passion. Take your passion and figure out, how can I live my life perfecting and building my passion? Nothing is worse than dying without achieving your goal. Clocking in and out, complaining all day, being miserable, aimless with no goal. That's not who we are. Who we are is the person that from the inside that is screaming to come out. That childlike mentality. That grab it. Like, figure out what that is. I know there's something, man. Maybe it's building cars. Maybe it's building Legos. Maybe the Lego thing will build into something other kind of project. Like, the thing is, you know, we get pulled down by this. We get pulled down by this society's like prison, right? And society says, oh, you should have this job. Your family, your friends, like, oh, you got a good job, don't mess it up. Duh. You know what I mean? Like, stay in the family business, whatever it is. Like, that's society trying to keep you down, man. It's like, you would think society wants to prop you up, but no, they just want you to take that hourly job and not strive for anything great, man. And my best example is first of all, winning and succeeding and being ultra like effective and progressive and just going 100 miles an hour towards your goal. That shit is lonely, man. You are out there by yourself. Because when you're ultra productive, you don't bring your kids to work. You know, Michelangelo wasn't painting with those friends in the room. These great composers weren't writing their music with their friends and family hanging out. They weren't at the bar like scribbling that on a napkin. No. They went to work, man. They grinded it out, man. They knew what they wanted to do. They knew what they were excited about, and they got into work. They got into building it, man. And when society doesn't want you to do that, though, they want you to fail, man. They want you to fail on your dreams. They want to stifle that, and they want you to just slow down and do what everyone else does. And winning is a lonely ass place, man. That's why when you look at people running, when you look at a race, who's in first place? Who is in first place in Formula One and NASCAR and a marathon and a sprint? Who's in first place? Somebody by themselves, right? Ain't nobody up there with them. You're in first place. You're in first place by your damn self. Everyone else is behind you. And you want to go run with the pack? Do you want to be part of society? Do you want to say, "Oh man, that's what everybody else is doing. They're back there." No, you gotta be at the front of the pack, man. You gotta take charge of this damn thing, man. It's a lonely ass place, man. A lot of people don't like being there. They want the comfort of their friends. But you ain't gonna win the race with someone with the pack. You're not gonna win the race with the pack. And so society, what they do, they say you can't do it. The world is full of haters. And fuck them, man. I could care less what they think. And then, you know, who should be your biggest hater? Who should you listen to? You shouldn't listen to those haters. You shouldn't listen to society. Like, you shouldn't listen to them. My biggest hater, the one that I listen to, the one that I take real opinion from, is myself. That's my biggest hater. And like, so who am I talking about? That's that lazy motherfucker that says take the day off. Let's take a nap. Let's just have a drink. Let's go to the bar. Let's not go to the gym. That's my biggest hater. I want to show that stupid motherfucker who I am. Like, and I'm not trying to spend any time with that loser, man. I'm not trying to spend any time with that person inside of me that is lazy and complacent and doubts me. The one that says like, yo, you spent thousands of dollars on this project. You don't have any friends because you're in this lab. Like, your society thinks you're awkward. Like, you're about to, you left this badass job for a YouTube. Like, everyone's laughing at you. That guy, that's my biggest hater, man. And I use his ass for fuel. I set him down. I'm like, yo, watch this. Watch this. Watch what I'm about to do, man. I'm telling you, man. You're the only. Don't pay attention to the people that are doubting you, man. And you know, and this image of success, it's so like fake, right? Success is supposed to be the nice car and the nice house, then the unlimited spending credit card. Well, no, man. Success is feeling fulfilled for doing what makes you happy, man. And if you can do that with an apartment, I'd rather do what makes me happy. I'd rather accomplish what I enjoy doing. I'd rather do my YouTube business. I'd rather educate people on finance and get out of this damn system. I'd rather show people that there is an option outside of this trash that the government has laid on us. I want to educate people in that. And if I gotta live in the ghetto in some like crappy weekly or poopy apartment, and if that is how much I can afford, but I'm doing what I'm happy about, then well, good, man. That's success to me, man. It really is, man. I can be taking the bus. I don't need a car to YouTube. You talk to me about it and you say, like, what do you do, man? I'm gonna be so fucking proud of what I do. I'm gonna be so happy. Like, you can't take that away from me, man. Like, that shit really, really, really makes me happy, man. Like, you got no idea. And I've made over 6 figures, man. I've worked badass jobs that were like other people were jealous of and lived in a nice house. That shit is worthless, man. What I want to do is I want to fucking take this shit to the next level, bro. This shit makes me so happy, bro. It makes me so fucking happy. I wish you could find that, man. I wish we could all find that shit. It ain't about money. It ain't about what your damn mom wants you to do. It ain't about what your friends tell you should do. It ain't about like trying to fit in or be like it's just find out what fulfills you and fucking get after it. And don't take no damn days off, man. There's not enough time in the day for you to bullshit. And if you sit here and you pull yourself down with all this drinking and vices and money and debt and like you're wasting time. You're wasting time. Don't put it off till tomorrow. Don't put it off till next week. Like, get after it now. Like, what? Get right now. Like, as soon as this is over, it is that important. You ain't promised shit. You could have a week left. You could have a day left. You can have a month left. Who knows? It is not enough time to bullshit and say, I will get there eventually. I want to do this, but I don't know. You know, there's not enough. There's not enough time, man. Not enough time is short, dude. Now you can do an immense amount of progress in just 1 year, man. In 3 months, you can reinvent yourself. 3 months. It ain't easy. You just gotta freaking build. You just gotta go after it every day. Every day. Every day. The tough part is finding a goal and having repetition and busting ass every day and not seeing any results in the short term. That shit's hard, man. That shit is real hard. Imagine waking up, no sleep, putting in the work, nothing happens. You do it the next day, nothing changes. You do it the next day, nothing changes. And then you wake up the next morning and you say, you've done it 5 days with 0 results. In my case, I'm streaming 0 viewers, 0 viewers. 2 weeks later, 0 viewers. 2 months later, 1 viewer. And you wake up and you're tired and you're just like, I'm gonna just do this again. And I know I'm gonna have 0 viewers. But you do it anyways. Because I know my work is gonna pay off. You do whatever the damn you're doing, man. Whatever you're doing in life, just do it every day. And just get a little better than the day before. Whatever you did the day before, just do it harder do it harder, man. Push. You gotta build. Use your creativity in your imagination. God gave you a blueprint, and it's an imagination. Everything out in front of you, everything you've experienced in life, everything you've ever touched, that was somebody's imagination. The chair you're sitting on, the car you're driving in, the floor you're walking on, that was somebody's imagination that turned into a blueprint. All of that. That was all somebody's imagination, and they put it down on paper and they built it. Simple as that. Use your imagination. Put it on the paper. Make it a goal. And then just start getting there. So, anyways, I am going to say what's up to the chat. So we got Jerome Powell up in here. Darth Mike. Also, First Eye Vision, Jesse Oro, Anthony Johnson, and to all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. So, also, Randomness says, thank you, Robin, 100. Darth Mike says, let's get some more upbeat music. Kind of trying to wind down the whole motivational stuff. So, get the Sunday vibes back in here. So, Darth Mike says, my current workout is 40 minutes, weight training, 70 sit-ups, 20 push-ups every day. Fail only, time off for weekdays or weekends, five days a week without fail. Yeah, you know, working out, that process of working out is the exact process that you use for building your personal career. So through repetition. And so if you want to be a bodybuilder, if you want to get a lot larger, if you want to be a personal trainer, whatever it is, like when it comes to the gym, a lot of people can relate to it because you understand that, hey, if I keep doing bench press 3 times a week, twice a week, whatever it is, and I push myself, I work harder, I try to work harder than the time before, you understand your results are going to be, you're going to get larger muscles. It's cause and effect, right? We all understand how that works, right? So it's the same exact thing when it comes to your career and your passions. So whatever you're doing in life, if you do the exact same workout without putting anything heavier or introducing anything new, you're gonna get to a certain point, you're never gonna get past that, right? And so if you go to the gym and you're lifting 80 pounds on your bench press and you never put more weights on, you're never gonna see any larger size. You're never gonna be giant. Like you'll still be muscular, you'll still be in shape. In the same way, like you go to work and you don't try to get a different job, you don't try to do anything new, you don't try to learn anything new, you just clock in and out 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, you do the same exact thing, you don't expand at all, you're never gonna grow, you're never gonna have maturity, you're never gonna get larger, you're never gonna get anything outside of what you already have. And so if you want to take it to the next level, you got to add some weights, you got to work harder, you got to learn a new chest workout, and all of this is just life, man. That's how you gotta do it. Also, we got Corey Wrights up in here as well. He says, you're the man. Loving the message of the show. Thank you. Appreciate that. Kyoki says, bull trap or what? No, we're on our way to, we've already bottomed. We're on our way to the halving coming up in about a year. And usually you get a little rally before the halving. So will we pull back a little bit? Maybe, sure, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Within the next 12 months, though, we're going to be 2 times higher than we are now. So within the next, here's the thing. A year from now, $50,000, $60,000 Bitcoin. So whether or not we chop sideways for the next 12 months, or whether or not we rally up to 60,000 and pull back to 30, or we go back and test 20,000 or 19,000, like, I don't know. Maybe. Sure. But does it really matter? Just buy whatever you're interested in. Repetition, DCA, get in it, and that's it. That's it. What y'all doing this week? Put in the chat. Give me one thing y'all are doing this week. I'm gonna go watch the Super Mario movie. That's what I'm doing this week. So I want to know what you guys are doing this week. Give me one thing. Could be cleaning the house. Could be watching a movie. Could be hanging out with somebody. Could be talking to your mom on the phone. I don't know. But let me know one thing that you know you're gonna do this week that might be a little out of the ordinary. Do Super Mario. So I'm watching the new Super Mario movie. So and then Brad says he's fiat farming. Okay. Wick says he's trying harder to hit the gym. Oh, by the way, earlier we had Broke Yoshi gave away 10 memberships. My dude. So he gave away 10 memberships to the center community. We have Rich McKee, Heaven Peck, Your Plug, Sam S, also Luis, Goliath Gaming, IV Tech for Fun, One Day Rewards, and Mark K. All got gifted memberships, so welcome to the community. Hola! And then, what else do we got? We got Talladega's getting a studio gym ready and studying. Getting studio gym ready. Okay, are you doing Talladega Fitness? Are you going to be doing YouTube or like you making content from the gym? Curious. And then yeah, because I watched some weightlifting YouTubers. More the funnier ones. And then we got Turkey Twizzler. He said he's going on tour. Where are you going on tour? I'm kind of curious. And then Jesse says I'm going snowboarding in Mammoth. Okay, cool. And then what else? You know what? Actually, I have this chat here. So, oh, and I got this gato. What's up? All right. And then let's see here. My hero says making an epoxy walnut backlit chessboard for my nephew's birthday. That sounds badass, man. In the Discord, drop a picture of that when you're done, man. I'd love to see that. Love to see that. And then Darth has Easter on Friday, so basically avoiding chocolate eggs. Okay. Turkey Twizzler, 4 days on tour down south. Oh. Disc golfing in about an hour. Okay. And then Mighty Mag says I'm complimenting my current sprint for coding school and bringing my daughter to see her great grandfather. Dope. And then Mighty says hitting the gym every day, and then one day giving a little love. And Rob we trust. And then Chat GPT 4 in it. Okay. Yeah, man. That's the Chat GPT is pretty cool, man. Been messing around with it as well. You guys, I know you were saying about making a chessboard, man. You guys any good at chess? I like chess. You know, I need to get a chessboard now that I think about it. I like Stratego. Any of you guys ever play Stratego? It's an interesting strategy game. It's a board game. That one. What is your guys' favorite board game? Curious. What are you guys playing? Oh, Turkey Twizzler said he's a tour bus driver. That's cool. You know what I want to do? I live in Vegas. I haven't done it yet, but I want to get on the Las Vegas tour bus that has like the guy with the microphone, and he's all like, to the left you have where Elvis first performed. So those tour bus guide that goes up and down the strip. Very touristy thing, but I've never done it. I'm always curious. The only thing is those buses are, you know, they have a second floor, so they're like open. There's no AC, so if you're gonna do that, you definitely got to do it in the springtime. Middle of summer, that's just brutal. J Powell says Monopoly. Okay. And then also One Day Reward says Monopoly. Man, you guys like Monopoly, man? It's so I can't ever play a game of Monopoly that doesn't last like 2 hours, bro. It's always like this crazy long game. Catan. I never played Catan. So that's good. Q on our door is fun. Corey says Cash Flow is his favorite game. Oh, if you guys haven't ever played Sequence, that is my game, bro. That thing is dope. Let's see if I can show you a Sequence board game. So this is Sequence right here. This, man, this is I when I used to have people over all the time, this was my go-to game. My kids like it. Very competitive, very strategic, but very simple, easy to learn. This game is crazy. Like, if there's ever a game you want to go pick something new up, you can play 2 people, 3 people, 4 people. You can play in teams. You can play one-on-one. Me and my wife play this all the time. It's intense. So Knox knows what I'm talking about. So. All right, guys. I am about to wrap this thing up here in a minute. So if you got any last second questions, if you have any last minute thoughts, anything you're excited to talk about, let me know. And then, yeah, Cryptos and Token says he's a Risk guy. I like Risk. One thing is I can't find 5 people to play Risk. There's Risk with like 2 people, no fun. Risk with 3 people, yeah, it's all right. You need at least 4, but realistically, Risk with 5 people is where it's at. And then Chris Apakino says, "Hola, checking in from Cincinnati, Ohio." Let's give Chris an hola. Type an hola in the chat, my boy Chris. And then hola. We got 101 people up in here. Randomness says thoughts on Cardano next bull run. Absolutely bullish. I think the growth. I think Cardano is going to be in a similar boat as Ethereum. A lot of people were talking about Ethereum in 2017, 2018, before it even really had any development. It was just speculative, right? They were like, oh, it's gonna have smart contracts, it's gonna do X, Y, and Z, but it really didn't do any of that, right? It didn't really become functional until 2019, 2020, 2019. But then you had the rise of smart contracts functionality. You had the Uniswap and trades and dApps and NFTs. But in 2017 bull market, it was just speculation. It was just like, hey, we're going to do all these cool things, like watch out. And a lot of people identified it, like, wow, this is going to be a game changer. And that's the way I look at Cardano. Thing is just keep in mind, Cardano's not doing anything that is 100% brand new, nobody's ever done. They're doing it efficiently. They're making the partnerships, and they're building and getting they're putting down the train tracks right now. And they have the devs, they have the people building on it, they have the dApps, they have government, nation states adopting them, also institutions, not only like private but also public institutions. You have education departments that are using Cardano or partnering with them. And so I think in the next bull run, we'll see what was more speculative in the last bull market. Because the last bull market, remember, right at the height of Cardano, it was just getting launched. It was just coming out with the smart contract functionality. It was just adding the staking. And then once the bull market came, there was really nothing there. So it was all a lot of speculation of what it was going to do. And now the next bull market, I think it's going to be doing what it says, right? It's going to have that ecosystem built out. It's going to have the users. It's going to have the TVL, and the partnerships are going to start to flourish. So I'm excited for Cardano in the next bull market. One of the ones I'm really trying to eyeball, or something that I'm trying to DCA into. So what else? And then we got Darth Mike says, problem I have with Cardano is a massive 30 billion supply will keep the price low. Yeah, I'm not too concerned. Their tokenomics aren't bad. They're not the greatest in the world, but they have let's see, circulating supplies 34 billion, maximum supplies 45, and so yeah, it's not too much to come out. They offer a lot of staking rewards. They're leaning more decentralized. So I'm a big Cardano guy. I like Cardano. Doesn't mean that it'll be the truth. It'll be the winner. It'll be here forever. I don't know. I mean, been disappointed and surprised many times before, but. And then shout out to Jessica playing my 80s music, my little 80s music roundup here. Also, Random says easy $6 for Cardano. I don't know about easy, but yeah, I think $6 is reasonable. The last bull market brought it to $2.80, I think it was. I think it actually crossed $3 on some exchanges, but so that would be less than 100, less than, or where we're at right now. We're on Cardano's at 30 cents, so 20x. Yeah, I think 20x probably makes sense. Think about that, guys. If you think Cardano will get to $6, that's a 20x from where we're at now. And that means for every 1,000, you're going to get 20,000 in return. So think about it. If you had 5,000 in Cardano, you had 5,000 in Cardano, and you were to pick it up now, let's just say for example, and it got up to $6 and you cashed out, that'd be 5,000 times 20 is $100,000. So just think about that. And these returns are quite common in our space, and so identifying whatever projects you like, I think you could easily get 20x's out of 20 or 30 different projects. I think Avalanche is prime for a 20x. I think XRP, if they win the lawsuit, is prime for a 20x next bull market. Filecoin 20x. We also Near Protocol, Algorand, Internet Computer, Graph. And so if you just diversified into these projects, don't go all in on one. Just wait it out. There you go. And then well, that is going to be it for Sunday's Rant and Ramble. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my Sunday. I'm going to go get ready for tomorrow's show, Monday's show. I got some news, though. I'm actually not going to be on the show tomorrow. It's my son's, he's on spring break. And so I'm taking the next 2 days to spend some time with my son. But I will be putting together content. I will be helping out with the production via remotely. But I will not be in studio the next 2 days. So, sorry. But anyways, you will have David in studio. So go support David tomorrow and also on Tuesday. And thank you guys for hanging out and listening to me. I hope you guys take away something. And if not, maybe it's just entertaining. Like, look at this look at this guy just over here just talking nonsense. I don't know. So hopefully you got something out of this. If not, just some entertainment. And I really enjoy doing these here on Sunday. Enjoy having all you guys here with me. I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Till next time.